Good afternoon. I'm Lieutenant Cortez for the Human Resource and Training Manager. I want to welcome everyone here today for graduation of Jail Basic 34. I would like to introduce who is present at the head table to my right. Sitting on the head table, the Superintendent of the Prince William Regional Adult Detention Center, Colonel Pete Melides. The Sheriff of Prince William County and Jail Board Chairman, Sheriff Glenn Hill. Today's guest speaker, Circuit Court Judge, the Honorable Kimberly Irvin. The Clerk of the Court for Prince William County, Jacqueline C. Smith. From the Prince William County Police Department, Major Rubish. From the Prince William County Criminal Justice Academy, Lieutenant Dudley. The Director of Inmate Service, Major Herlock. And I would also like to acknowledge our guests sitting to my right, members from our jail board. The Commonwealth Attorney for Prince William County, Ms. Amy Ashworth. Reverend Cozy Bailey. The Chief of the Manassas City Police Department, Chief King. From the Public Defender's Office, Ms. Tracy Lennox. Sitting to my left, Human Resource Training Supervisor, First Sergeant Sanders. Our agency chaplain, Chaplain Perez. Training Sergeant, Sergeant Martin. And Training Officer, Master Jail Officer Bonacorsi. At this time, I would like to ask Jail Officer Brianna McDonald to come up and recite the Code of Ethics.
The Code of Ethics for Jail Officers. On the job, I promise to keep the institution secure so as to safeguard my community and the lives of the staff, inmates, and visitors on the premises. Work with each individual firmly and fairly without regard to rank, status, or condition. Maintain a positive demeanor when confronted with stressful situations of scorn, ridicule, danger, and/or chaos. Report either in writing or by word of mouth to the proper authorities those things which should be reported, and keep silent about matters which are to remain confidential according to the laws and rules of the agency and government. Manage and supervise the inmate in an even-handed and courteous manner. Refrain at all times from becoming personally involved in the lives of the inmates and their families. Treat all visitors to the jail with politeness and respect, and do my utmost to ensure they observe the jail regulations. Take advantage of all education and training opportunities designed to assist me to become a more competent officer. Communicate with people in or outside of the jail, whether by phone, written word, or word of mouth, in such a way so as not to reflect in a negative manner upon my agency. Contribute to a jail environment which will keep the inmate involved in activities designed to improve his or her attitude and character. Support all activities of a professional nature through membership and participation that will continue to elevate the status of those who operate our nation's jails. Do my best through word and deed to present an image to the public at large of a jail professional committed to progress for an improved and enlightened criminal justice system.
Thank you, Officer McDonald. Excellent job. Now I would like to introduce to you our Superintendent, Colonel Melides.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for coming. We certainly appreciate it. And our distinguished guests that are here today, thank you. And our staff here also. Today we acknowledge the achievements and hard work of Jail Basic 34 and welcome the guests and families and friends who are watching this on YouTube. Thanks to our great IT staff, Manny and Chad. Appreciate it, guys. I want to thank our Academy partners down here at this side, Lieutenant, and partners with Prince William County Criminal Justice Academy, the Adult Detention Center Human Resources Division, our training section for preparing these 13 jail officers for a successful career. We're the only regional jail in Virginia where ADC staff conduct all of our training. It's a big advantage. The past 2 years were exceptions and never seen before at the Adult Detention Center due to COVID-19. Our staff have done a tremendous job keeping the positive numbers among staff and inmates at a manageable level by following proper procedures throughout their shift. A time of policy changes, personal protective equipment, temperature checks, testing and vaccines for staff and inmates, closing of inmate programs, and establishing a quarantine pod for new inmates committed. That was the best thing we did, was the quarantine pod for inmates coming in. Lieutenant Barker, where are you at? Stand up. That was your idea, Bob. Great job. As we celebrate the 40th year of the Prince William-Manassas Regional Adult Detention Center in April, jail officers of Basic 34 will carry out the mission of maintaining a safe and secure environment for visitors, inmates, the community, and encouraging the inmates to participate in good programs and reentry services. These programs have proven to enhance good behavior by the inmates and gives them a chance to succeed when they return to the community. I am recommending to you the following. Continue your workout program, because I know you all have been doing that for the last 3 months. Take time to familiarize yourself with the entire Adult Detention Center. Be accessible to your supervisors. Accept challenges. Represent the ADC in a positive manner, both on and off duty, and let ethics, sound advice, professionalism, and policies be your guide. Take guidance from staff who are positive about their job in the ADC. I know you'll do a great job, and I look forward to watching you grow in your career. Our guest speaker today is Honorable Chief Judge for Prince William County, Kimberly Irving, of the Circuit Court. Judge Irving received her Juris Doctorate degree in 1997 from St. John's University School of Law. She started practicing law as an assistant district attorney in Brooklyn, New York in 1997. In 1999, she relocated to Prince William County, Virginia, and has lived here ever since. She worked for the American Prosecutors Research Institute and the DNA Legal Assistance Unit and on the Violence Against Women Act unit until she was offered a position as an assistant Commonwealth attorney in Prince William County, Virginia. In 2001, she opened her own firm, and in 2007, John Irving joined her in forming Irving & Irving, PC. In 2015, she was appointed to the Circuit Court bench of the 31st Judicial Circuit. Thank you. And come on up, Judge. Appreciate it. Thanks for being here.
Colonel Miletus, thank you for inviting me. I have been asked to be here before, and court always seems to end up going beyond the time, so I'm excited to finally get to come and talk to you all. I know I was invited here because I'm a judge, and that seems important in the system, but I don't want to talk to you about my time as a judge. I'm really happy to have the opportunity to talk to you all because you represent a different group of law enforcement. You represent the first people that defendants really come in contact with. I don't mean, obviously they come in contact with the police officers, but for a limited time, for a moment. But they come in contact with you all for oftentimes extended stays. So I'll give you a little bit of my background. As you heard, I was a prosecutor, and when I went through law school, I assumed I was going to be a prosecutor forever. And then I had kids. And I decided that I wanted to open up my own business and try and see if you could do that whole work-life balance, which was not easy. And I took on criminal defense because I already knew criminal law. And while doing criminal defense work is when I learned that that was a far more difficult, frustrating, fulfilling place to be, because I worked with the individuals that you have under your care. And I worked, I did mainly capital murder and violent sex crimes, so I worked with people who were not getting out anytime soon. And what I want you to take away from what you have embarked on here today is the fact that for every single person I represented who was charged with doing some terrible things, and let's be honest, the vast majority of them actually did it, not all of them, but most of them, you learned the story. And your code of ethics says don't get too intimately involved or don't get intimately involved in the lives of the inmates. But you will find for the people who are there for some time period that you will see the same individuals, and you will see them sometimes on a revolving door basis. And you will find after a little bit of time that they are human, sometimes flawed, sometimes a single act out of character, oftentimes addicted. Oftentimes uneducated, but people. And you have the rare opportunity to work with a subset of the population that is looked down upon, that is kind of at times dehumanized, that is often misunderstood. And I had frequently said, prior to getting involved in the capital defense world, that most of my clients made stupid decisions, not necessarily were criminals at their core. There are some, you will find there are some people that will distinguish themselves, but the vast majority of who you come in contact with are decent human beings who often haven't been shown maybe some compassion, who have been treated with dignity, and you have the opportunity to show them dignity and respect while maintaining the safety of the ADC, while following all the processes. You are in a rare position to show people that their humanity is not deminimized because they have been charged with a crime, or they've been sentenced and actually convicted of a crime, because you'll have a lot of people that are staying over for their 18-month stay while there. You have the opportunity to be the ones that encourage them to get into a program. Push the GED stuff. I'm telling you what, I will reduce somebody's probation every time if they get a GED, because it is the single most important way out of the cycle they find themselves in. More important than probably anything else that they can do. So I come to you congratulating you on your graduation and encouraging you to hold this position proudly. It is an overlooked, important position. You know, when people are younger, they think in terms of safety, and they think in terms of the police department or the fire department. And this is not a position that is in the forefront, and it's not given the credit it's due. It's important. If there's going to be a change in the way society handles the individuals charged with crimes, it starts oftentimes with you. And it's a very big task, and I'm very happy to welcome you to being your part of the system that is Prince William County. And that is all I have to say.
Thank you, Judge Irvin, for those inspiring words. Next, I would like to introduce the Sheriff of Prince William County, Sheriff Hill.
Good afternoon, class. First, I want to thank you for choosing Prince William County. As the chaplain mentioned, this is the best jail in America. And I visited a lot of jails in America, and a lot of them say they're the best jail. But I must say, we are one of the best jails in the Commonwealth of Virginia and in America. And one of the things that sets us apart, and I think the judge kind of mentioned that, the programs that we offer here. It makes a difference in the lives of those that you supervise. Just yesterday, I came in contact with 2 inmates that were here when I was the superintendent, and they thanked me for the programs that we offered, and it made a difference in their lives. You may not think that when you see them in jail, but they will not forget you, because it's a time of their life that they will never forget, and anyone involved in it, they will remember. So, continue to learn, do the very best job you can. And you have people that are sitting in the back of this room today that are in executive staff. They are just waiting for you to ask them questions, because one day you'll be sitting there as well. So congratulations, and I hope you have a wonderful career. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff. We always appreciate your words of wisdom. Next, I would like to introduce the class speaker for Jail Basic 34, Jail Officer Courtney Elliott.
Good afternoon. First of all, I would like to start by saying thank you to all of the family and friends for attending the graduation today online, and all of those who were able to make it here today to congratulate the class of Jail Basic 34. We've had a long journey through these last 12 weeks, but we have all come a long way in our growth and our strengths as newly certified jail officers. There have been many amazing experiences through this academy, both challenging and amusing. We encouraged each other the entire way and stood together even through the toughest of obstacles. We also learned many lessons and skills that will be taken with us and built upon for the rest of our careers in law enforcement. In those lessons, we were taught how to safely use a firearm to protect ourselves and the lives of others by the leadership of master police officers. MJO Collins taught us how to shuffle on in at a 45-degree angle during defensive tactics. MJO Bonacorsi taught us discipline while keeping us fit with his workout dice, which, by the way, we're giving you a new set. Good luck to Jail Basic 35. Sergeant Martin taught us how to be tough as well as flexible. First Sergeant Sanders taught us how to break through our toughest barriers, literally. And all of the instructors taught us the valuable lesson of teamwork, which we all appreciated, especially when it came down to having a full face of OC spray and tears. One officer in particular was so dedicated in fighting through that pain that she flapped her arms so hard that she almost took flight. Overall, the Academy has brought us all together and prepared us for what life has in store for us. This agency has made us a family and is one I can say I'm proud to be a part of. To sum up everything that has been stated, I would like to give a special thanks to MJO Bonacorsi, Collins, and Umanzer, Sergeant Martin, and last but not certainly least, Mr. Hammerhead himself, First Sergeant Sanders, for giving us the knowledge and skills to perform our duties and for taking their time to make sure we were fully prepared to go forward as outstanding officers. I'm sure I speak for everyone when I say we wouldn't be here today without you all, so thank you all for everything. Now, at this time, I would like to invite our Superintendent, Colonel Miletus, to the podium. I'd like to present you with this plaque.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, great speech, too.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, 34. We did it. Well, you all did it. We had a little hand into it, but that's okay. I said what I needed to say to you all yesterday, and those words hold true today. I'm very proud of each and every single one of you. So today we have several awards we're going to present. The first one being is top academic. Over the 12 weeks, the recruits had several subjects that they had to participate in, learn, and even test in. Those would be constitutional law, Fourth Amendment, mental health, and interpersonal communications. We have 3 top academic leaders today. Our 3rd highest academic student with a 91.34, Officer Miller. Our 2nd highest academic student with a 92.6, Officer Elliott. Good job. With my time being in training, this is the first I've seen. We have a tie for top academics. That's quite an accomplishment for what the students have gone through, the testing, and in all the classes. For our top academics, our first top academic student with a 92.35, Officer Thomas Franco. Our 2nd top academic student, obviously if we had a tie, it's going to be the same score of a 92.35, Officer Shields. All righty. Excellent work, guys. Excellent. That's good stuff. Our next award is going to go to the skills. This award goes to the student who achieves the highest scores for the following: emergency vehicle operations. Good 5 days, wasn't it? It's a good 5 days. Firearms, and defensive tactics. Okay, long 11 days of defensive tactics. Our 3rd highest skill award with a 91.16, Officer McDonald. Second highest skill award with a 92.53, Officer Gross. And our top skills award with a 95.33, Officer Shields. Our next award is going to be presented by Major Herlock.
Good afternoon. This is a Dennis Webb Award. Dennis Webb was a captain at the ADC. He hired me when I come to work here in 1984. This award is special for the reason it was decided by the classmates. The classmates voted on this award last week. Dennis Webb began his career at the Sheriff's Office for Prince William County. He helped train the new officers that were hired at the ADC when we became a regional jail in 1982. Dennis was responsible for training thousands of officers around the state as a general instructor, a firearms instructor. He was a first aid instructor and a defensive tactics instructor. Dennis was a pioneer in the training section. Starting as a deputy, Dennis rose to the rank of captain and served at the rank for many years before he left our agency to become the chief deputy for Arlington County Sheriff's Department. Dennis was a great man of faith, a good listener. He had great communication skills with his staff and inmates. He was involved in his community. He was an innovator and a progressive thinker. Dennis left his fingerprints all over the agency and our staff and left this world way too soon. 11 years ago, Dennis and his wife were delivering donations to the Goodwill in Manassas. Dennis was killed in a freak auto accident one day after visiting his former co-workers at a graduation. We are grateful to have known him for the time we did, and will always remember Dennis Webb. The cadet that will receive the award named after the former captain, Dennis Webb, is Jeffrey Vera.
Good afternoon. So close. We're minutes away from this being official. You ready to get it over with? Well, you're going to have to wait. 34, you've been a good group. You have grown a lot. We're not the same group of people we started with, and we understand that. I wish you well, and tomorrow I want you to make us as proud of you as we are today. I had in my notes, you guys have been awesome. Anytime you had me outside at EVOC or on firearms in the weather has been great to this class, but you blew it today. You blew it today. It is my honor now to introduce the clerk of the circuit court, Jacqueline Smith, to swear you in with your oath of office. So Prince William County Criminal Justice Academy, Jail Officer Basic 34, attention. Miss Smith.
All right, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia and to faithfully and impartially discharge all the duties incumbent upon me as a jail officer with the Prince William-Manassas Regional Jail. To the best of my ability. So help me God. Congratulations.
Ready? Seat. Colonel Miletus and Sheriff Hill, could I please ask you to come forward to present certificates? Miss Manager, if we could borrow you, please. All right, officers, as your name is called, have you heard me call you officers before? You have not. You have not. You are officers now. Officer John Ababrise. Officer Caleb Amu. Officer Azacina El Asri. Officer Courtney Elliott. Officer Terrell Gross. Officer Brianna McDonald. Officer Kevin Miller. Officer Danielle Shields. Officer Tabitha Smith. Officer Kathleen Teal. Officer Andres Thompson. Officer Kwame Twinaboa. Officer Jeffrey Viravelez. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for the graduating officers, please. Friends and family watching from home, mom and dad, brother, sister, however they're related to you, they've been working hard past 12 weeks. Please treat them right this weekend. Thank you. I need attention.
Once again, I would like to thank everyone for joining us today. Before we wrap this ceremony up, I would like to take a moment to recognize the hard work and dedication of the class coordinator, Jail Basic 34, MJO Justin Bonacorsi. MJO Bonacorsi, can you please stand? MJO Bonacorsi, while you're standing, could you please come forward and dismiss your class for the last time?
Jail Basic 34. Been through a lot, haven't we? Congratulations. Thank you. You guys have been great. I hope you guys continue to move on with your careers, and good luck. All right. Prince William County Criminal Justice Academy, Jail Basic 34. Attention. Dismiss.
Respect the student's integrity.
You're free.
bar till 5 o'clock.
Put them over there again like this.
My son, you did awesome.